Oh god, this is not looking good, Nerdigans. Up what Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Shokugeki no Souma chapter 309. So last chapter, Sashi's dish was served, and not only did the judges have foodgasms, but Mana had a foodgasm, and it, like, oh god, it was insane. It caused everybody in the audience to lose their clothes. So, oh god, Souma, you got a lot to live up to this week, so let's get to this chapter and see what happens next. Yeah, what the hell? What in the world is this? Stripping is only something that the Nikiris can bring about, right? And yet, why? Asashi's dish makes the crowd go wild. Where do my clothes go? Hey, what about my pants? Please, everyone, please use these. Please take one. It's a good thing we prepared things for everyone in the audience to put on, but to think we'd actually have to distribute them out, I never would have believed it. Yeah, moreover, this is the greatest scale of stripping ever caused by Mana-sama's tasting. I'm so satisfied, I can't even move. Just how far will the aftertaste of this dish go? Damn, this must have been one major orgasm in a dish. I want to have whatever they're having. Jeez. I'm completely immersed in it. The words to a triumphant Asashi. Hey, Princess Arena, did you see? The power of my cooking. It seems even your mother has approved of it, right? Arena's thoughts are, and this chapter is titled The Heart Is. Mother has approved of this man's cooking. Oh, it exposed one layer. This is an omen of the genuine exposing Arena-sama, but she's not even 4 yet. Oh, flashback time. She's already the real thing when it comes to cooking. If you don't mind, Mother, I want you to try this. Ooh, it's a good dish, Arena. What a good girl you are. Mother always praised me, but never once did she tell me it was delicious. To have made a dish that Mana recognized this much, this certainly means Asashi is the real deal. Jeez, I feel so bad for Arena. Like, damn, Arena, your parents just are fucked up. Like, God. There's, without a doubt, no one, including me, who has ever done that before. Grandfather, that's right. It's just as Grandfather says. This would have been impossible even for me. Grandfather, sorry to keep you waiting. Eh? You're here too, Arena. Perfect. Arena-sama, my apologies. Due to my investigations, I had to leave your side. That's fine. What are the both of you? That was something we were asked to do by Grandfather and Jotaro-san. It's nice to meet you, Jotaro-san. Oh, I'm so very grateful to you, Alice-chan. So then, what happened? Of course I brought him along just as you told me. Both, Isoko-chan and me did. It was such a pain, though, pinning down where he was. Hey, what are you doing? Hurry up and get over here, Uncle. Yes! Finally, he's back! He's back! He's back! He's back! Oh my god, he's back! Oh, you're here, NAKAMURA! He's back! Oh my god, he's back! Oh my god, he's fucking back! I can't! Oh my god, I'm so happy he's back! Thank god! Oh, you're here, NAKAMURA! Why did you call for me? Well, you're related to all of this, right? If this keeps up, then that guy's gonna steal Arena-chan away. That seems to be so. I don't have the qualifications to be here. Indeed, what you did to Tatsuki is not a deed that can be forgiven. There is no denying that. However, you had also tried to save them, right? Not just Jotaro, who was swallowed up by the storm, but Mana too, and even Arena! What? Oh my god, you need to explain! Oh my god, you better explain this! Well, then, Jin, Nakamura, I'm sorry. Once Souma-senpai disappeared, I have become like an empty husk. As part of the Elite 10, I proceeded to take jobs in and out of the country. Oh my god, we're getting the closure! Oh my god, we're finally getting the closure! Oh my god, we're getting the closure! Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna cry! Oh my god! It took how many goddamn chapters to get this? How it? Who made this dish? That was when I met Mana, the woman with the god tongue. What happened, Mana-sama? This flavor, yes, it's definitely, the taste is like a mountain gorilla drumming to forget its heavy sadness. I had heard before that children of the Nakiri family, in order to one day have the talent and skills to manage Shitsuki in the future, are sent outside of traditional schooling and have a thorough understanding of food culture and administration pounded into them. It was the same for her while she was enrolled in a university overseas. Studying the flavors and cooking philosophies of the world, it's a seriously terrible dish. It lacks passion. Are you angry or resentful over what I just said? If so, then the only thing to do is to try and make it delicious. That is what a chef is. That is what the ideal form of artistry is for Shitsuki. My dish was terrible? I'm gonna make you retract those words. Oh my god! You know, this sounds very, very familiar, doesn't it? This sounds very, very familiar. Very well, come at me as many times as you want. So we're not getting the closure. We're getting the backstory. You know what, I'm still waiting for this fucking closure between Jotaro and I'm still waiting for this shit between Jotaro and I'm just still waiting for this. I'm still waiting for this. I'm still waiting for this between Jotaro and Nakamura! But you know what? I can wait another chapter if this means we're getting this backstory! Please, I am begging you, Yuno, give me this goddamn closure between Jotaro and Nakamura! That's all I want! I wanted to make this woman eat her words for my flavors. That is how we met. You know, this sounds very, very familiar. Doesn't this sound like how Souma met Arena? This sounds like how Souma met Arena. You can't deny this. From just a glance, he seems like a spiteful man. Well, that's the opposite of Souma, but though she's a mouthy woman and has red eyebrows. Oh my god. Oh, the battles. This is so Souma and Arena. You cannot deny this. Mana, had started her job as a taster from the time she was in elementary school, it seemed. Like mother, like daughter. With that power of hers, she was opening up the foundation of the gourmet world. She'd say with her eyes sparkling that was the mission of those who held the god tongue. I understood, that was... Oh, hold on. Scroll, damn it! Don't you freeze up on me. There it goes. I understood that was to stand at the center of a dark and furious storm and point to the masses the correct path to walk down, getting battered and exhausted, shouldering the risk of, hold on. I fucked this up. Shouldering the risk of falling to decay. It's not bad. It's definitely better than before. This person was like, Simon-senpai! Oh, God! Of course Nakamura was fall for her because she was like Simon-senpai. God damn it. She was the one who helped me take back my passion for cooking once again. Whoa! As long as it was Mana, there was no telling how far the foundations of cooking would advance. However, the pace at which the god tongue pushed forward was too quick for my ability to continue supporting her. Mana! Mana? Hang in there, Mana! Oh god, chefs with transcendent abilities always continue to fight against despair, but sooner or later they'll be swallowed up by the storm. It was the same for those who held the god tongue. Then as it is, eventually, even Arena will follow the same path? That's right! I should change the way it's done. I'll start using the god tongue as an absolute compass. I'll start a revolution that erases terrible dishes with my true gourmet plan. Oh my god, you know what? I thought we weren't getting the closure this chapter because of this backstory, but you know what? I feel like we are getting the closure this chapter, and you know what, Yuno? I can forgive you for this. And it makes more sense to get the closure this chapter, in this arc, just in general, I should just say wordings, this arc, and I'm going to explain why after I finish this chapter. If I'm able to even, if it's only a bit, I'll make the gourmet world easier to live in for those like Simon Senpai and Mana. I'll have to impose a strict education upon Arena, but I think I can avoid having Arena suffer the same fate of despair. But in the end, I couldn't save a single person, not a single one. I accept Yukihara Soma's strength as a chef. However, in the end, it's impossible for one person alone. Without that inhuman-like power, Cross Knives, we won't be able to stop the despair of the God Tongue. In order to save Arena and Mana, there's no choice but to have him as the champion. Do you really think that? The one to stop the despair is... Okay, so let me get to this. Let me explain why this was such a good chapter and why I understand why Yudo gave us this backstory and also why why we're going to get the closure we need in this arc. So, first of all, this explains so freaking much about Nakamura's character, why Nakamura did what he did. It explains everything. This was so good. And I understand why Yudo is putting it in this arc, because Nakamura did all this shit because one, we already knew about Jochiro. We already knew about that. But he also did it because of Mana. Because he loved Mana and he lost Mana to the despair as well. And he didn't want to lose anyone else to it. And in the case of Mana, he lost it to the Gold Tongue, so he was just trying to protect Arena. That's why he did it, and it makes so much sense, and you gotta feel for Nakamura on this. But you have to agree, and maybe this is why Nakamura accepts Souma a lot more, is because the way that Nakamura met, well, one is that he's, Jochiro's son. The other thing is I think Nakamura sees himself in Souma, especially with how Souma, maybe he heard, like, what... I think, if I remember correctly, he heard what Souma said to Arena, which was he's got to make Arena a dish that says Arena likes it, Arena says that it's delicious, and it just, triggered something in Nakamura, and he remembered that that's what he did for Mana. It's just, this story is so familiar. Like, the way he fell in love with Mana is the same way that Souma is falling for Arena. I really like this. I really like what Yudo's doing. This is so brilliant, and I feel like what Jochiro's trying to say, and what he says right here, do you really think that? Is because Jochiro sees the same thing going on that I'm talking about, that so the same ambition that Souma's trying to do is trying to be the one to make Arena say to make a dish that Arena says that's delicious. He sees a little bit of Nakamura, what Nakamura was doing to Mana, for Mana in Souma. I think that's what he means. And also, because what Nakamura did, remember what Nakamura did? He put his heart and soul into his dishes to get Mana to say his dishes were delicious. And I think that's what Jochiro's getting at. And I gotta say this again, and I said it last week as well. It's a goddamn shame that people are hating on this manga right now. I don't understand why. This arc just keeps getting better and better. I really don't understand why. I don't understand why. I feel like what and again, I'm going to say this, you're making up for the closure that we were missing in the Regimental to Shokugeki arc. And I totally understand why you went in this direction. It makes so much sense. I don't know if Yudo planned this or what, but I got a feeling Yudo planned for this shit. But this is brilliant. I really like what Yudo's doing here. I really do. And I'm very curious what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that what Jochiro's getting at is something that I was hinting at a few weeks ago, which is the reason why Souma It's gonna so either Souma's gonna win this or Arena's gonna win this. It's gonna be one of the two. Win the whole thing. And if oh my god, if Asashi beats Souma, then it's Arena that's gonna be the champion. But I really want it to be Souma because because especially now, because of how Nakamura fell for Mana, how it's so similar to Souma and Arena. Oh, I really wanted to be Souma so bad. But the key thing is, it's because of that heart in there. Because as I've been saying, you can do all this shit. You can use all these techniques, all you want. But the key thing is, and like even Mana said it too, in this chapter, that this dish tastes like despair and it tastes soulless. And that's what Souma's gonna do. That's what Souma, and to an extent, Arena might do as well. Is that's gonna taste it's gonna taste the heart. You're gonna see that love. But I'm very curious what you guys think. Cause hold on a second. One other thing I gotta mention is what the title of this chapter is, I believe. Because it relates to this. Because it says the title of this chapter is The Heart Is. So Yuno's proving my point with the title of this chapter. Telling ya. Title of this chapter is proving my goddamn point for me. So Yuno agrees with me here. But I'm very curious what you guys think. This definitely explains how Nakamura was, why Nakamura was the way he was, and and the other thing I gotta ask you guys, does this forgive the treatment that he did to Arena? Like, I understand why he did it. Yeah, it's fucked up, but he did it all because he just wanted to protect her from having the same fate as Mana. I just feel so bad. Cause you gotta feel for Nakamura, man. He lost two people he cared about to despairs of cooking. He lost Jochiro, and he lost the woman he loved. Like, you gotta feel bad for him. I just am torn and I hate that Yuno's making me feel this way, but I feel really bad for Nakamura. I really do. And I'm very curious what you guys think. Can you possibly even forgive Nakamura for what he did to Arena, as fucked up as it was? Can you possibly forgive him considering why he did it? And what do you think about what Jochiro means? Again, do you think it has to do with the heart that's being put into the cooking, or what? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing, and if you want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Shokugeki no Souma content. There's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!